It's Friday and that's the day that I got my veg boxes sorted for our community supported agriculture veg box scheme. And as almost always happens, I've got completely sidetracked with other projects while I'm harvesting. I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm. Last year I had 2 rows of potatoes and a row of peas in this bed, so the potatoes were down the outside and the peas down the middle. And this year I popped some Monty sugar snap peas or snow peas on the far side there where there had been potatoes last year. And during the spring I noticed that some potato plants were growing in here, so I obviously didn't get all of the tubers out, and I thought, well, I'll just leave them, they might as well grow. It's making use of the ground. I can grow surface crops, so things like spinach and leafy greens, things that aren't tuberous. So I left the stray potatoes in, and I've just lifted 3 plants. Maybe it was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 plants, sorry. And I have found this huge haul of really good size potatoes. These will be our baking potatoes for the year. I will take these into the kitchen, give them a quick scrub, and then I'm going to get them into the oven and bake them, and then when they've cooled I will freeze them, and then we can have them in the freezer for when we want to use them in the autumn and winter. I don't feel like cooking, so anything that I can prepare now that will make meals easier then is an absolute bonus. So for 4 potatoes that were left in accidentally, I'm delighted. Last January I had the seed of an idea sown or presented to me, and from March onwards I have been busy working on another project. So I'm really excited to be able to tell you my first book will be published next spring, and if you would like to be amongst the first to know when that book will be published and to be able to pre-order it, please subscribe to my newsletter and I will keep you updated in there. I really don't send out very many newsletters, as those already subscribed will tell you. And I'm absolutely delighted, amazed, surprised and humbled because the community of subscribers to this channel has now reached 50,000 and more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm absolutely amazed that people are enjoying the videos enough to want to hit that subscribe button, and I know a lot of you also hit that little notification bell. It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. At the end of my last video I was saying that Mr. J and I were going to get on with clearing that old strawberry bed, and we didn't. We got distracted and did other things, but this morning I've been out, cleared all the strawberries, I've saved all the runners, so there's a huge number of runners here, and they will be going into this bed. And the old strawberry bed, I'm going to start off by putting some potatoes in it. Now I have heard somewhere along the line that it's not a good idea to put strawberries and potatoes into the same bed, but I'm going to do it. I'll take the gamble. I can't even remember why you weren't supposed to, but I think I heard it, so but I've made my mind up. There's potatoes going in here. So I've brought over a really long pallet. This is about 15 to 16 feet long. It's 5 metres or more. We cut it in half lengthways. Well, not quite in half. This section's got 3, and the other section I'm going to bring over has got 4 of these strips of wood. I'm not worried about it being uneven because the ground is uneven, and it's fine. I'm not going to make more work for myself by trying to make it 3 by 3, 3 and then 3 on that side, because I'll need 4 at the end because it's lower at the end anyway. So it'll be wonky. So I've cut a section there, so it's now the length that I want it to be, and then that section at the end will become an end part, the shorter length. but I want this on that side. So I'm going to move this over there. I'll probably have to turn it round, and then I'll fix the shorter piece at the end so I've got an L shape. And the size of this bed is just being determined by, I want it this length, and the offcut there is what the width will be. There we go. So that way round. I'm going to pre-drill a few holes in this wood so that I can screw it in that way. When you're using pallets in the garden, it's worth making sure that they are heat treated, not chemical treated, and you can tell that because it will have the letters HT on it, and I think most of the pallets that you get hold of in the UK are nowadays heat treated, and the chemically treated ones are very often painted a colour, which makes it very easy to tell. So we have got a few coloured pallets here, which I just use for propping things up or as a base for things. I don't think, I'm pretty sure we haven't got any. I've got food or compost in them. So here we go. This is like the most basic, simple raised bed that you can find, really. It's very little forethought. The size is the size. And I've even left scrappy bits on the top. I don't have any romantic notions about this looking pretty. It just needs to do the job. Okay, so that's that first piece put in. I'll now go and get the other pieces, and then I'll get those put on. And you can see in this corner that even though this section has got 4 pieces of wood high, and this one is only 3, the height difference is only about 5 centimetres, a couple of inches, if that. And that's because the ground is higher up there and it slopes down here. So I can fix this. There is a bit of a gap here, but I can pop a piece of wood there, just a small piece to fill that in, and that'll be great. I think I need to move the whole thing up that way a tiny bit, because it's sticking out into the pathway, and I do want this pathway to remain quite wide. I may have pushed it too far now. It will be, once I've got the other side on, it will actually be harder to move, so I think I need to do this jiggling around now. That looks okay. I'm really pleased. I don't know where all the sunshine has gone from this morning. Almost the moment I took my fleece off, the clouds arrived, but it's still quite a nice day, so I'm going to carry on doing this. So I've put that membrane up on the sides. I know there's an argument to be made about not having plastics near a space that you're growing food. I think that's another another conversation on another day. Right now I am going to get some potatoes in here. So these are potatoes that I'm going to harvest during the autumn. I will do a bucket and put it in the polytunnel, or maybe even a small raised bed in the polytunnel for some that hopefully I'll be able to harvest for Christmas. So I've still got some seed potatoes that I didn't get into the ground earlier in the year. I bought these from the garden centre on the 24th of March, and I know this because it was the day before lockdown here in Wales. This variety is called International Kidney, and this one is Kerr's Pink. They're both main crop potatoes, but I'm just going to grow them as 12 to 14 week harvest potatoes. So they'll be small, and there probably won't be very many of them, but it makes good use of this bed. And let's get going. I'm planting them 12 to 14 inches apart. I don't have any huge expectations of big harvests from these, but I do want to get them in. So this mulch is a combination of duck bedding and grass clippings. You know how sometimes you get that feeling that you're being watched? Are you watching? Are you busy watching what I'm doing? Are you? You all came down to have a look, did you? I think what you actually came down to see is if there's any windfall plums, didn't you? Well, I don't know I've got any windfall plums for you. If I find any on the floor here, I'll send them over to you. So to start with, I'll just get them covered over a little bit. And then as I muck out the ducks and clear out the stable and we get grass clippings, I'll add those layers on too. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again next time.